contractors that were given work by the last administration, of which I am part. So we gave those jobs, and they are not being paid now. Well, there is a contract.
As long as you can prove that you were offered.
As long as the contract exists, we must pay. It's an obligation. So I don't think that's an issue. We will. Every contractor that has worked for us, they must be. It's a contract.
All right. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
All right.
We already have a manifesto, and it's already in black and white.
And the plan about Lagos is something that you can get to find and read up about it. Hello.
Simple. There was a contract signed. The detail of that contract I don't know, and I'm sure Mr. Sanwo-Olu doesn't know now. However, what we do know is that it's always difficult to just throw away the baby and the bathwater. So what needs to be done is what is good in Visionscape, we take it, and what is not good, we jettison. But like we said, there's nothing wrong in Visionscape being part of the waste management system of Lagos State. However, the framework needs to be respected.
The more the merrier.
Exactly. So, which means let them be part of it, like an PSP. They have the capacity in certain areas, let them go and clean up. But LAWMA is still the regulating agency, and let them report to LAWMA.
LAWMA takes charge.
That's what
all right, Jill Warila on Twitter says, how do you debunk the impression that an emperor figure oversees the affairs of Lagos, including the emergence of you and your principal? He already answered that question.
No, and I think it's important that I stress that. You know, it seems that we are developing a sort of amnesia on this issue. In 1999, that emperor they are referring to is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In 1999, when he took over the governance of Lagos, Lagos was a bankrupt state. In 1999, the IGR of Lagos was 600 million every month. The salary of workers was 1.2 billion. Now, through financial engineering and prudence, and through real governance, they've been able to increase that now to a situation where we don't need federal transfers. Before, they borrow and they must get federal transfers in order to pay salary, not to do the work. So it was even a miracle for them to do what they did. If you recall, Bola Ahmed Tinubu did a bond of 15 billion for infrastructure. And the opposition went to street and said, they have mortgaged the future of all the children of Lagos. But what happens? Every municipalities, New York City, Sydney, everywhere, look at their history. They build their city through municipal bonds. And that is what has happened. All those roads that were built there, you cannot build them today. So the CBD of Lagos, where the resources, where the IGR was coming from, if they did not build it today, Lagos will be unlivable. But we seem to have forgotten. When he took over government in 1999, garbages were like 5-4-story buildings all over the state. People were dying on the road in Lagos. Those have disappeared. The improvement has come. So it's not an emperor. It's a system. It's a template that is put together by brilliant minds.
A system that has been set
exactly, that is working. So he's no longer the governor. Faloshela became governor. He did very, very well. Get acquired out, and that's why the president appointed him as a minister in 3 areas. So we must give ourselves credit where credit is due. As a black people, we cannot continue to put ourselves down. What is good has no other name. Lagos is one state that has done extremely well, given what our party has done. Not many states can boast of that. Not many states can boast of that at all. The budget of Lagos, as small in terms of comparativities around the world, is still the biggest in this land.
All right, some more messages. On fiscal management, if Lagos, an economy of roughly about $34 billion budgets, just about 2 billion naira yearly, that's according to your guest. What does it say about fiscal management in the state? How do they hope to improve on it if they choose to remain with the status quo? And why would they choose to remain with the status quo?
No, I think it's, I'm sorry, I think it's confusing theatres. The GDP of the state is different from the budget. The GDP of the state, remember, 20% of it is government. Right. So the private sector is also responsible. We are talking about the budget of the state government. Now, that is why the idea by some people or the opposition that they will cancel tolls and whatever is really responsible. Because you need the private sector, which control 80% of your GDP, to be part of your government. If not, how do you can't fund the activities of government through just the balance sheet of Lagos. That's the reality. That's why you have programs like Adopt a School and so on and so forth. One of the things we must improve in our country is volunteerism. It's people to take control of their society. and see it. It happens all over the world.
All right, now that you've talked